Here, this perp back with another video. And a few hours ago, I got to check out this small little film called Perfect Days. This is following our main character, Hirayama. He's this guy that just loves his job cleaning toilets, and he just goes around Japan cleaning different various toilets around the city. That's really interesting to me that they just got bathrooms and restrooms like that. Like there's this one restroom where during the day you could see through it. It's like a see-through bathroom, but it has like a switch to where it can make it like give it like a private kind of setting. But what's fascinating about this movie, but also very frustrating, I will say, because for me it was like a bit of a frustrating watch, because this movie is about 2 hours long, 2 hours and 5 minutes to be exact. And I feel like the runtime is my biggest issues, because this movie, you're just watching this guy's like day-to-day tasks, like him brushing his teeth, him watering his plants. Like they do that several times over. Sometimes there'll be different things that happen on these days, like he'll have to um pull a double, or it'll just be like little shit like his niece coming to visit him, and we get a little bit of, you know, his family backstory with his sister. And I wish they would have done a little bit more with that to make the pacing of this not feel so sluggish, because that's just the biggest issue with me with this movie. I think the approach on how it was shot was really dope. It's in this 4:3 aspect ratio, and it's very clean, very neat, nothing too fancy. It's just a lot of like raw shots, and you're just getting to see kind of the backdrop of just Japan as the setting. It's always a dope setting, and even the main character is cool, even though he doesn't even say much. This is a movie with subtitles, but because he doesn't talk as much, or there's not as much dialogue in this movie, it's not going to be a huge issue for people that strictly don't like to read subtitles. It's not a big issue. But I gotta keep repeating this, but it's the pacing that's the biggest issue, because there's definitely a few times during the middle of this movie where I found myself to doze off, and I found myself to get bored. Like there's a lot of interesting aspects of this movie with the family dynamic. I wanted to see more of him and his niece, and just more of his family, because I feel like that was the most interesting thing about him. And he's in this kind of day and age where he's just living his life. He's not really big into technology. He still has like a flip phone, and he uses cassette tapes. And the cassette tapes, I would say, play somewhat of a part throughout the movie as well, depending on the song that is picked. Overall, I just feel like this movie is not my cup of tea, but it might be your cup of tea. This might be a movie that you like, just a wholesome, feel good movie about an everyday type of guy. I just wish there was a little bit more, not as far as runtime, but just cut it down to at least 40, like an hour 45, hour 40, and speed things up a little bit, and you probably would have had a better movie, in my opinion. If you do get around to checking this out, let me know your thoughts of it in the comments below. How did you feel about it? Were you bored, or did you find this movie to be very intriguing, one of your best or favorite movies so far of the year? Let me know. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.